You not yet record.
Already recorded.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today I'm going to present about the book summary from the book named "Make Just One Change." So this one I have read like around 2 weeks ago, and I think it's quite impressive about changing some small thing and have the impact on the bigger things. One thing I will map to this presentation is about mapping to the situation in Thailand. So how it's going to improve the Thailand education and democracy also. So it's not that much political things. So this one should be fine to let us.
Sadly, Vitong is not here.
Okay, Pitong gonna love it. So okay.
Send the video to him.
So we started by some statistic. Do you know that most of the people ask question less and less and less since 3 years old?
Don't know.
Most of the people. Okay. So
Why?
because the curiosity is less, I guess. But from the statistic from the Right Question Institute, right, they're saying that there for a children, right, one child normally asks 10,000 questions a year. Okay, and most of the thing they speak, right, of the children age 2 to 5, right, 13% of it is a question. And when they come to school, it's end up like you got 2 questions every hour in a Mathayom or in a high school. Okay? So if you see from the statistic graph, right, this one is the skill attention from for the children in the x-axis is age. Okay? And you see from this one, reading and writing, right, is going up. It starts going up. Your skill is higher and higher, but the ability to ask the question, this one I think they measure by number of the question asked. So it's reducing since 4 to 18. But after that, I guess it can be going up because of some of the people in higher education, right? They started to teach how you're going to formulate the question. But in my opinion, I feel that it's a little bit too late because it's not embedded in your behavior, in your routine. To have question.
I mean, this is actually the statistic in Thailand or in overseas.
In overseas, I don't have in Thailand. But this one is in America from the book.
Another thing is that does that mean that the correlation is actually when we go to school we start to ask less questions because teacher teach us to ask less questions?
I don't think teacher teach us to ask less, but because I don't have insight in USA, but when for Thai education, right, you started to inject the knowledge. Like you keep injecting knowledge, but without like ignite them to make a question. Just put in the knowledge, put everything like more like teacher centric. Okay.
But how they actually calculate the percentage?
I think from the number of the question asked for this one, they didn't explain about the how they come up with this. So this one is good that you ask the question. Later can go dig down more. It means that our Kintonian
Ask questions.
ask questions, so that's good. That's why we are here. Okay. Okay. So what happens if we ask less and less questions? So the first thing is that your learning will be limited within the classroom. When you're going out, you tend to like just not really interested in like not really curious about things. So it's harder for you to learn something new. Okay.
Should they keep asking the question?
The next one, you stop asking the question first because I'm going to inject your information.
my last question is before I stop is Why the presentation is in Thai?
Oh,
The
presentation in
text.
Thai because I prepared just in case someone want to use it in Thai. Because it's related to Thai education system more. And don't worry, the later half will be in English. The later half is in English.
You
It's
copy it
related
from
to
somewhere.
no, I do myself.
They don't have time
Okay.
to translate.
I do myself. I read the whole book.
Okay.
I just started to do prepare the presentation around
Yesterday
before not yesterday night. Weekend during weekend. But I read summary 2 weeks ago. Okay. And the next thing, people tend to stop learning when you graduated. This one is really really like sad. Yes, for Thai people. Like you don't really learn a new thing after you graduated and you think you know already.
True.
Okay. And the other thing, this one related to the political point of view. So basically, people tend to believe more than you ask for what really happened. So this one you can see from the Thai political unrest these days. So people just believe in the leader of each of the color, they will go fighting each other already. So if you think more, question more, then maybe less. Okay. So why we never learn this in school? This is a question first asked in the Make Just One Change, the book that I read, written by these two people, Dan Rothstein and Ruth Santana. Name similar to me, but it's not me. So okay. Now, why do we need to teach to implant this skill since young? Okay. So if the children know how to ask, right, they will understand more in the content, and then they also have the skill to learn something else that beyond the scope. Okay. And they have more class engagement and have the participation in the classroom more. This one also mapped to the one of our 7P. Okay. And it's build a relationship between teacher and the students. So basically, when you have the better relationship, you can also learn better. You trusted the teacher, you learn better also. And also the end result of this, when you implement already, they will be able to use this skill of asking question to find other knowledge beyond the classroom. Okay. And as for the democracy, this one she mentioned in the one of her presentation for the Right Question Institute. Is she mentioned that if we want to build a strong democracy, right, we cannot skip two important foundation skill, which is to formulate your own question. And another thing is to participate in the decision making. Okay? So this one, how it's affect in improving Thailand democracy is we can teach people to be more curious on the information they get from each side, and then they can measure the truth, and then not just believe. Okay? And then go participate in the voting and learn from their decision, whether right or wrong doesn't matter, but as long as you learn, right, you can improve. So let's go back and then concentrating in the learning more, because today is about learning, not democracy. So
Sorry, one question. You say you hide 2 slides yesterday.
already turned back.
Okay.
I tried 2 slides yesterday. I'm afraid it's sensitive to the team. So I didn't put up.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the previous slide? I was a bit lost just now.
This one
Yes.
is related to the Thai democracy, that people in both sides, right, whether yellow, red, and also actually started to have other colors also. So they tend to believe the leader than actually finding the truth. And then they go fighting, go arguing with the two belief.
Yep.
Doesn't like question anything and started to fight. So basically, if you ask more question, right, at least you prepare your state of mind to believe other people as well. So it's not going to be much mess than this. Okay. And then when you learn this thing already, right, you go participate in the voting, and you need to learn from your vote result whether the one you vote for really do what you expect them to do. Are they betray you or not? And is it very good as they advertising? So basically, after you learn, right, you understand, and then you can improve your decision later. So this one should have embedded to the people since they are children. Okay. So everyone, every student need to know how to formulate their own question. This one should be embedded in the school, and every teacher can implant this skill to the student in everyday life. So basically, in my opinion, like every subject, every time they change the topic, right, you should have some of this session, maybe one session a week or one session per topic. So how they do this? First of all, you need to understand about three wise thinking skill. I think this one we or Kintonian maybe know already. Maybe I start asking, what is the divergent thinking? Anyone can try?
You mean opposite of conversion?
Yes, it's opposite of conversion. Yes, have think differently.
Everything.
You know since yesterday.
Hey, how come he know?
He knows since Monday. I actually present this to the team, but in a short one. Okay.
No, it's definitely short answer.
Oh.
He cut the two most
Okay.
important slide out.
So this divergent thinking, I put in like this, maybe in Thai as well, so it's easier to for other Thai people to understand. So it's to think like freely, and we have like make new choices, new ideas from the widely area of the knowledge. Okay? Don't fix your thinking. You just keep producing the choice for your producing your options. Okay. The next one is a convergent thinking. Of course, opposite to the the previous one. So it should be what?
Limited.
Apple.
Is to analyze, summarize, to put in every idea, and then you filter what necessary, and then compact it. Right? So you have this convergent thinking, and the last one is also very important. It's called metacognition. This one also we also heard this term very often, right?
Sleep also happen.
Yes. So it's basically a apipanya in Thai, or its ability to think about thinking. So you know how to improve your own learning. This one is very important, because once you know where you are, you can improve. You don't know where you are, you never improve. Okay. So now we go into the full English session, because after this you'll be in English already. I mean the slide. This one is summarized from the book. It's a step by step to the question formulation technique. This one is trademark for the right question institute. We have nothing to do about this. We just follow the idea. Okay. So we need to understand what question focus is. The first step to do this, right? Teacher need to prepare the class beforehand. So need to think about what could be the question focus. Question focus or Q focus, I will call Q focus from now. Q focus, you need to find is kind of topic for student to start asking the question. So what makes it effective Q focus is first thing it has to be clear, has to be simple and have a sharp focus. For example, if you want to ask about math anxiety, right, you may put in a bit more of the context on, like, for example, defeating math anxiety, or if you want to ask about choice, right, then maybe you put in like the choices we make. And the next thing is it should not be a question, because you will guide them how to formulate the question by yourself. You don't want to guide them like that. You want them to think by themselves, so later on they can be able to formulate. Okay? So it should not be a question, and it needs to be able to provoke a new lines of thinking, and it does not reveal your bias. So basically, if you asking, if you want to put a topic, or want to put a field focus about democracy, for example, you don't put in whether you are red, yellow, or you are supporting military or something like that. So you just get the general idea of the topic with some sharp focus in it.
What is the second one again?
It should not be a question. It cannot be a question. By itself, it cannot be a question. You cannot just throw the answer like whether this good, bad, something like that. It has to be like ประโยคบอกเล่า like very plain, sharp topic, no question.
Question focus should be a plain sentence.
Yes, a plain sentence.
Can you give us an example?
Of good and not good.
Math anxiety, too general. Defeating math anxiety, not too general. Should we judge people by their sentence is not a good one, because it's against the second rule.
Okay. So it should be topic.
Yes,
Something.
it should be a topic of something. Yes.
Means like should be like what we eat lunch. This is not a good question.
Not a good question.
Then it's
Yeah,
like
no,
lunch.
question. Yeah,
Burger is good.
Yeah.
Burger is good quality food.
Yeah.
So it's a question focus.
Second one still a bit not understand.
Like
draw a topic. So
He doesn't want the judgment value to be put in
Yes.
first, because when
But
it
if you
becomes a
don't-
question,
Question is the tools to actually stir the curiosity of people, right? But if it's not a question form, then how you stir the curiosity?
because you want people to
To
be
be
able to
involved.
stir themselves curiosity, not you help
but you
them
provoke
stir.
them to
If I were to
Yes.
help Mick, right, like for example, if we say defeating math anxiety, your question might be what causes math anxiety, or what is the symptoms of math anxiety, and how do you actually
What
defeat
is
math
already
anxiety?
question?
Sorry.
Yeah.
What I mean is that if the topic is this, the students will ask this kind of
Yes.
question. But if the topic that they put is how do we defeat math anxiety, what they will give you is actually answers. They will not ask questions,
Yes.
because what the topic that you have is already a question by itself.
Because here we don't need answer. We
Okay,
need
you can
question.
put in democracy type of topics. Then
Ah.
say something so people have question, stir, stimulate so people can have question. It's a plain.
Democracy is not necessary for Thailand.
Oh.
Huh?
Democracy is not necessary for Thailand.
Why?
Why it's not necessary?
That's,
Yes. Why it's not
he stirs the guy already.
Yes. Why? Right? And then what else?
Or something like democracy doesn't need to have election.
You mean example, or I need to ask
No,
you
no.
a question?
This guy just give question focus just now. He didn't ask.
Yeah. It's a way to, because you ask it,
So in other words, it has to be a statement.
It has to be a statement, yes. So that you let the student question it. You understand the idea, right? It's a statement for you, like when they face the real situation, right? Some people told them something, right? They
Yeah.
they ask a question about that.
the point is to trick the children to
Yes.
to create the question themselves
Yes.
by not dumping them the question right away.
Yes.
But in other words, right, I think one of the things might not be here is that, but your question just now it revealed bias already. It doesn't fit rule number 4.
Correct. Just now it doesn't fit rule number 4. But
But
the
mine, yes.
Tony one is
What did you
because-
say?
I
Sorry.
said I said democracy doesn't always have to have the election.
It's good. In the book also put in the word like always. When you put some strong in the sentence, right?
Doesn't
People
always
will think that is it really always
understand.
like that. So
Okay.
go next.
Okay.
So
Ask
this is a step of preparation for the teacher. So the first thing you need to prepare, you define the purpose first, and then you generate all the possible ideas that could be been asking during the classroom. So you think of try to think of every angle the student could come up with. So you can later answer them or guide them. So you identify pro and con of each idea of each of the question focus, and you choose one of it and then assess against the 4 criteria previously. What are the 4 criteria just now? Anyone?
I already copied down.
Okay, so fast. What are the
Clear
4?
focus.
Not the
Clear focus.
not have the question.
Not have a question.
Provokes and stimulates new line of thinking.
Yes.
No bias.
Last one.
No bias.
Okay, good. Then everyone learn. Yeah.
In other words, this one that you have here, right, is actually a combination of divergent thinking, convergent thinking, and then metacognition in all these 4 steps.
Yes, but this one is for teacher. Is for teacher to prepare the class. It's not yet for the student. It's still in the teacher room. Not yet go to the classroom. And so imagine the question that student may come up with. So basically, you can guide them later on. And you need to learn the rules of producing questions. So this one, later when you go to the classroom already, you need to teach students how. Need to give them the rules of producing questions. So the first thing, just ask many questions as you can. Okay. So keep asking. No stop. No additional things. Just asking. Do not stop for discussion. Do not judge. And do not answer any question. This is very important. Just keep asking. So the next thing is write down every question exactly as it's stated. So you're not going to improve student question. You let them ask. Let them jot down what they ask like that. Do not improve first. Okay. And then if they speak some statement instead of question, ask them to change. Tell them whether change this to question instead. So the first thing when teacher go to student already need to give instruction about how to start the process and then monitor and support the student. This under the teacher role is categorizing question and ask student to work in a small group and start asking questions about the Q focus that teacher have prepared before. And in this part, right, what students learn is divergent thinking. They will produce their own questions, a lot of questions, and then you just let them carry on. Maybe you can do this for 15 minutes, for example. And then the next one is to improving question. Okay, so you just facilitate the discussion about whether it's closed, open-end, closed-end. Okay. What is open-end question? What is open-end question?
It's a question that stimulates possibility. Doesn't require to be yes or no.
Yeah. Right. So the closed-end is the opposite. It has to be like yes or no. It has to be something as choice, chosen. So this one, teacher facilitate about this discussion about these two, and then let student discuss the advantage of the open and closed end, and then try to change the question from one type to another. Try to if student have some like question is very close, like for example, can someone give me an example of this closed end question?
Do you like me?
No.
Okay. How do we change that to the open end?
Who do you like?
Yeah, correct. Something like that.
Who do you like also not open end, right?
Open
Open
end.
end.
Because it can be anyone. It can be
anyone.
Tony, it can be me, it can be
Yes.
all It can be
Okay,
anyone.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So when they learn about the open and closed end, they can evaluate whether it's which one is a best suit for which one and try to swap things, right? So they learn the metacognitive and convergent thinking skill. Okay. The next process is let them prioritizing the question. So teacher provide the instruction how to prioritize this, and then monitor and support the student. For the student, this task compare, assess the prioritizing the question, and then select three, and then explain the choices why you select this. So the prioritizing question, right, is depend on the topic. So it's depend on the topic whether how it should be prioritized. But teacher need to guide on this one. So it's no specific way. So you need to know the topic. Okay. So this one student will learn convergent thinking. This they will try to analyze, compare, and assess all the questions. Then just choose three, the most important three. And as for the next step, after getting the questions already, maybe teacher can provide the direction how they can use the question. It could be for the research. It could be for the some special project that they want to do, or just provoke the idea. It depends on the purpose of the class. Okay, and okay, this one is the student just use the question for the purpose that's set by teacher. Okay, this one also require convergent thinking. And as for the last one, teacher need to ask student to reflect now whether what they learn and what is they feel different about the topic. Whether any of other people questions like give you some idea that maybe you think in differently, maybe you be more open or something. So student need to discuss about this. So this one you'll be able to learn the metacognitive and convergent thinking as well. So these are all the steps to use the question formulation technique. I believe that if we embed it into like every topic in the classroom, right? maybe just 1 or 2 hours a week or per topic, right? Since young, then they will learn how to asking question, and when they become adult, they don't believe something too easily. They put the fact before the belief, okay? And they will have the ability to learn by themselves outside of the classroom as well. So the last thing I want to put here is guy. So the important thing is not to stop question. Then you get more and more knowledge. You will understand more. Okay. You have your learning. Thank you very much. So have question?
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you, maybe.
My question is it possible for us to do an impromptu whole process of what you have? Because I think it's important for everyone here to have a quality of it. So you will have a committee who's setting a statement.
Yep.
Then I mean like we will divide into two teams. One is a team of teacher, one is a team of students, and we simulate what you did just now.
Or someone can be a teacher and then
You have to be one of the teacher because you know everything.
okay.
Is it possible?
Can.
I mean this
To
is
book?
my question.
Do you have time?
Do we have time?
I have a lot of questions.
You have time is a close in question.
It's close.
Anyone wanna ask a question?
What is the background? If you said something about the background of the knowledge or the information before asking the question, because if student asking a question without the knowledge, it's a stupid question. But if they have the background knowledge or information, then that question may be a wise question, a clever question, not a stupid one.
Actually, in my opinion, maybe it's not correct. It doesn't matter whether it's stupid or not, as long as it's improved by themselves. Because later on, when they know what they don't know, they will learn. The problem is that it's not it's not whether it's you wise or not wise, because as a teacher you don't want to help them to like, you don't want to interfere with the question formulating technique. So you want them to be able to formulate themselves and improve their own question. So you're not going to use your knowledge to improve their question and say this is you need to ask like this, but you need to guide them somehow to get them to improve this by themselves. Maybe you can guide to other people example or something. It's a teaching technique already.
I think that when combined with something like Socratic method, I think that kind of asking question will improve the way that student asking the question. But I think that just throwing the question is not help anything. But Socratic methods will help improving the question. Because it dig down why do you think that, what is your background of that, blah 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 blah.
Yes, this one interesting, and I think it should be in the one that they improving the question step. There is step to improve the question inside. So they try to use other people's question, their own question, and maybe try to improving and then prioritizing, make it better. But the point is they need to do by themselves, not being interfered.
I think on for one point, I think what actually mentioned is like when the teacher throws some topic like the Tony provided the one the democracy piece on, if let's say the student bring a background about democracy, they do not know what is democracy, then it's quite hard for them.
Okay, then it's related to the mastery already. So they should not be in the class since the beginning. So let's say if you put the young children to learn the calculus, for example, you definitely don't know. So basically it's related to how you provide the curriculum since start.
I think that one would be on the step of the teacher defining the purpose. So
yes, teacher need to define the one that's suitable for the background of the student. Yes, correct.
Which step we are in now?
We are commenting, but actually, sure, I want to try first before.
I don't know.
Commenting
or well, if you want a hot topic, you can do it. The democracy.
Just now, Tony started one thing already. Democracy doesn't need a election.
Go along with you.
But
Okay.
I mean, actually, do we want to try? Do we have time to try?
Can?
See hands there. Who wants to try? I want to try.
But can have a round first and then we switch back so we have more no rigid on the timing.
Okay.
Oh shoot! I forgot
So
to
you
count
need
time
to
today.
first.
It's okay because it's half an hour already.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Okay,
Let's comment one round and
Okay.
then
let's stop this.
No need. You have to put the comment also, I know.
Okay.
okay. But my comment may be quite similar to Kun Viwat, but I would say the prerequisite is on the teacher now, because I feel that if you use this method and then the teacher knowing junk or what he knows is a avijja or something that is totally wrong, or he is full of bias or prejudice, especially in the topic that it is full of comments or ideas or politics, then the teacher might be ending up feeding something wrong to the children's head. But I see the possibility in the children. If you dump something, is an unknown concept. The ability to ask question what it is or something like that. But I do agree that the mastery required, because if you dump the deep philosophy into a kindergarten, they will be shocked that there will be not much value on why they need to discuss. Maybe they can discuss something easy first, like the name of the animal or which animal, blah 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 blah. Something that related to them and provoke them to come up with a question. I think it's the metacognition build up. Yeah. So I think in a way, the prerequisite is more on the teacher, that the guy need to be skillful and also need to have a condensed knowledge on that topic, because otherwise at the end of the class he will be full of questions, and if the teacher cannot portray how can you handle these questions, then the children might lose trust on the guy. Okay, so that's all my comment.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, as to answer the comment is in the pre-process of the preparing the class, you need to define purpose well and then think about what a student could come up with,
Yeah.
and then prepare the answer beforehand.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll be a struggle. Student can ask anything that
Yeah.
you don't really think about it before, so you need to be careful also. Right.
Okay, for me, I think there's a few factor that's very important for this one. First is a teacher, as Tony said, that a teacher need to have some kind of knowledge about the topic as well. And the second one, I think about the process that this book also mentioned about. And I think this one should be the class size that not much large like the Socratic method. For the Socratic method, we can use a bigger class size and induce everyone to participate, right? But this one need smaller class size to everyone need to participate. And the last one that I think is missed from this one is about the platform of the set the question and find the answer, because actually in the modern world, the internet or the many platform that they gather the community and ask the question, and a lot of people participate and find the question or find the solution together. For the in concept side of view, I think this one we create the X class for the participation, but not in depth about the we lack kind of the questioning from the student. But I think in the future maybe we create some kind of interactive that have be able to gather the questioning from the student as well. And the next one, I think for the concept we need to think about how we cope with the number of the student, both in the live class that I think at least 20 or 50 in average, and for the self class that there's a lot of there's a major population of the end concept. And the final one, I think if compared to the tree side, I think it can map with the step of trees. The step of trees, we start with the specific the problem or the concrete problem, right? And we ask 5 questions, 5 why to the general problem. And this one, this is some kind of the first one is we some kind of the clear focus in compared with Mick, and we ask 5 why, but it's not it's different approach. I would say for the Mick one, it's not a question, it's a statement. But this one for the Tristan we call the 5 why to divergent and create the possibility and create the general problem to be the abstract one. And from the general problem we create the general solution first in the abstract one, and then we generate the specific solution. This one a convergent one already, but it quite it can match some kind of step in the process. Okay, that's all my comment.
Thank you.
Thank you for this.
I guess it's my turn. As a person who asks a lot of questions in my life, I have always been commented by my friends in school. You ask too many questions. But to me, I need to know something, I just ask. So it is very heartwarming for me to see that this has a focus in itself, especially in the country, in US. But what is shocking from what I see is that in the Eastern world, we see people that is from the US, they already ask a lot of questions. But if you see the graph just now, it is very shocking and worrying. I'm sure that if we look at that graph, right, in the Eastern world, it will be even lesser than this. Mm-hmm. This is not a wonder why a lot of innovation or a lot of interesting things actually happens in the West, because they ask a lot more questions than we do. For what Nick shared, right, I see a lot of usages for it, not but not in the student's sense. I mean, because I'm sure that most of the people will see that, I will skip that. But what I see is that this can be actually applied in an organization level. Why? Because what Mick presented is actually one level further than brainstorming. Because brainstorming, you have a question, and everyone is trying to work a solution or find an answer for that question. But for this, right, it actually goes further. It will be something like, for example, problems in end concept. If we do this in our year-end party, or if we actually have an activity like this, you might get directions that you might not even see if you are actually going to actually ask a question, because it's not as limited to that question, because it will really pull you to new directions. Or for example, innovations in the tutoring school. So you will ask, why is people innovating this? Why is people not innovating that? Why is this not good? How do we do this? How do we do that? So I think this will be a very, very interesting session, but of course it will be a very, very long session. And this will also help our, our organization propagate the habit of asking questions. Because I notice a lot of people, even people that we work with, don't ask questions. They will just accept things as it is. But when we see, hey, this is a problem, why is no question asked? So I think this is a very important thing that we should actually even propagate in our own organization, other than the implementation in the classroom that we have. Another thing is that what I can see that if we really, really want to pilot this, right, the one fertile ground that we can do directly is Qualish. Because Qualish is actually a place that people can really try and speak. At the same time, if we can add in this kind of condensed skill into it, it will be another very interesting part from Qualish. And imagine if this kind of people has been actually trained and they can really ask correct questions, they can go to competitions, maybe even what we call debate. Debate, you are sort of answering questions, but one of the ways to attack opponents is question what they say. So that will actually prove a point also in a way. Last but not least, where was my point? Okay, okay, and like what Dr. D said, the platform, right, it might be solved by X class because it is possible to actually like categorize and summarize data through language analysis like why, how, and so on. And then with this, right, you slowly see some keyword and so on. But of course, this will be really, really far from here. So what I see is this is very interesting because it has steps. Because if you notice all the steps that has been taught by Mick, right, like the teacher side will be divergent, what statement to ask, and then it will converge and you will choose something. And then you will have metacognition. You actually see what statement that you have and you compare, and you compare to the criteria that you have. In other words, you are doing metacognition to see what you think is it correct or not. At the same time, this process is taught again to the students. But of course, the skill of the teacher has to be very, very strong. This is why I would really, really want to see this in action so that I can understand it better. Because now I only understand in the cognition level. I'm very sorry for the scattered ideas. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
I think I can be the next one. So I think overall the presentation is good. It's a very good manual for we can directly present to our tutor or our teachers. So I think it's like Mick already come up the step that it's like how to conduct a discussion, something like this. So okay, so I think it's a good manual for we can implement because this already have a method there. And second thing that I would like to comment is like from what I see from the presentation is like we only involve student and teacher. I do not see parent. Okay, just my own sharing is like when I was young, right, I always travel with my father. It's like we go everywhere. So when I see something that I do not understand, I do not know, I ask my father. So my father is like always like patient, like he answer my question. So that's why I think if compared with the same age of children, right, I have more exposure than normal children because I think that because of I travel quite a lot and also I ask quite a lot of questions with my parents. So I think for parent, right, I think we should involve parent as well inside this kind of methodology because sometimes parent is the one who like more closest to the children. So when the children they have a question, they can immediately asking. And I think nowadays the parents are very busy, right? So when the children keep asking questions, they might be like feel impatient. They'll think that why you have a lot of questions, you should ask your teacher, not me, because I already pay a teacher. They have this kind of method, I think mindset. So that's why I think we should involve parents into this so that we can have a more concrete methodology to go in. the third point that I have is I think we can have this kind of discussion not only inside classroom. We can bring the student out. Maybe we have an outing to somewhere amusing. So maybe we can involve the instructor inside the museums and give some like the people who are going to answer the question. So during the outing, right, the student were asking. I think they were asking quite a lot of questions like, hey, why this look like this? Why this like look like that? So if there's someone that can, because the environment can inspire the student to asking question. I think this is also one way that we can train the student to asking question to increase their curiosity, not only the classroom. I think also the environment. And the fourth point that I would like to say is because for the previous comment that I hear, one is the teacher should prepare the answer first before going to the discussion. But from my opinion, is I think that the teacher I think the teacher should prepare the background first, but not the answer. The teacher should find the answer together with the children, but not prepare the answer first. Else, right, they will have a bias inside. They already have their own opinion. So whatever that the student against to the teacher, right, they'll be wrong. Okay. So I think the fifth point is the aims for us to have this kind of discussion, the asking question is we want to inspire the student to have curiosity, their own thinking. So that's why when we throw out uncertain statement, when the student thinking different of question and different of answer, they might be develop their own independent thinking, which will be good for the democracy because everyone will have their own opinion. They not necessary to be the same, but we need to make sure that everyone have their own thinking. Don't become a follower. I think the sixth point is I think in this role, right, I think we should turn the role of the teacher from teaching become a mentor. I think because teacher is is the term for teaching people. It's you give. So mentor is someone who guide. From what I'm thinking, just my opinion that I think we should turn the role from teacher to mentor when we conduct this kind of discussion. So don't teach, but you mentor people. You give guidance to the people. So make sure they keep track with the topic, but don't teaching them. Don't give a conclude. Don't judge things. And I think that's it from me. Okay, thanks.
Thanks all.
If I may add a little bit, why do I ask a lot of questions is because my parents do indulge me in answering all my questions. That's why I still ask, because I did not face the negativity of asking questions. And second thing, I think rather than mentor, I think the term should be facilitator. The facilitator would be a better term. That's all. Thank you.
You sure?
You sure?
The man want to go first?
Okay. I look at combine with our context because we use now we use computer for learning media. I think is in video engine should allow students to mark the video and put their own question embed with the video, not embed like a mark in. They can see only their question, other cannot see. And I think in the way of make a question, not necessary that the teacher answer the direct to the student. Maybe they got the benefit that they learn how to make a question to make they got the benefit when they have their own question, and also if the teacher, I think is the way that student make the question is reflect the dimension of which field or which dimension of the student that think about, or how deep they understand in I mean that the teacher got the benefit from the student question to see the intelligence or the field of interesting of student. And by myself, the way to learn, I think I love to follow someone in Twitter that they have have a good question, like คุณสมบัติบุญงามอนงค์
politics เนี่ย
but in politics I think he have a good point he start with a good question then we can think something, follow him like this. Okay. And also by this way, if I learn in self system, if I know that sure is I can pair with sure, if I know that sure is a good student that can make the good point of view or good question, if I can see how he make a question in the system, I will follow him like this. And if in the self system we can use like the power of the community of the children that can reply, not wait for only teacher. Okay, that's all.
Thank you ครับ So as your คุณธเนศ we have that feature already, the commenting video.
Yeah.
End of last month we already have.
No, mark video and ask questions. We have a few months before.
This is on demand requirement.
Yes.
Anyone?
Thanks for summarize the book for us.
You can stop it.